everybody, and welcome to another episode of Curse and Muddy Mystery. Tonight we're playing the game Curse of Strahd, but it's changed, transformed, and we're playing in the system and the setting of Frostmark RPG, everything created by Moi, and oh my god, we will. There's a content warning for tonight of bad language, heavy topics, gothic horror, and perhaps some gore. We shall see. And with me, I have a wonderful cast of players. I got Lady Lyra, our half of a Magus, played by Yuli. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
And then we got Hamartia, Chichen Warlock, played by Cookie. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Shit, my hand is bleeding more than I expected.
God damn it, Nix, you're such a wuss. Off to Vistania, Chiefling Bar, played by Adrian.
A wuss, you say?
Yeah.
What about the delicious whiskey?
I mean, okay, that was pretty nice. Sir Asphodel, Dragonborn Paladin, played by Aeronox. Hello! Hello! What happened last time, gang?
Well, we had a bit of a chatty chat session.
Yeah, that you did.
We started off with Illyria checking on Hamartia and her current psychosis of our recently reacquainted other Vistani, Esmeralda. And they had a bit of a chat. What did you talk about, guys?
You don't know what we talked about.
Yeah, but
You don't know.
tell me.
It's a summary.
Okay, so Alea went to check on Hamartia because Hamartia was basically hiding in like the darkest corner she can find. And Alea was a bit curious to why the fuck are you doing that? So Hamartia told her that she feels uncomfortable being around Esmeralda because he transformed Esmeralda when she lured Kelvin, may he rest in peace, into his untimely demise. And then they had a little bit of a talk about mainly the things that are going to happen after theoretically Strahd dies a horrible, terrible death. So Hamartia basically asks Leia what is going to happen. Okay, Strahd is dead. What now? Who is going to take power? Who is going to lead Barovia into this better future? Because in her mind, if like Strahd dies and no one is going to fill that gap, then there'll be a power vacuum and some other asshole will take over and nothing will change. So she implores Elia to take over and lead all once Strahd goes out and also beforehand. That's what I remember basically.
I don't know.
Yes, we also had we did talk about why Illyria is also avoiding Esmeralda.
Oh yeah.
What happened to Rickton, and we had also a chat about what makes a monster a monster.
That also happened.
Mm.
And we got to the end. Leah told us that, told me, someone, that she is avoiding Esmeralda because she basically fucked over Van Richten, who is like her hero, and basically sentenced him to die. And now she also has like the deal where she swore to Van Richten that if his son ever turns out to be a monster, she'll murk him. And turns out Van Richten Jr. is now a vampire, which is not cool, as people like to mention. So there is a bit of a conflict in that. When we're saying, okay, he is beyond redemption, let's off him. And when not to, and that's like on Leia's shoulder, which I do not envy you for.
True, that happened.
I think that covers it pretty well. What did Nyx do?
Yeah, what did Nyx talk about with Esmeralda?
Well, obviously Esmeralda was going through some shit after Nyx already had a conversation with her to say, hey, your mentor and possible, daddy issues lover is gone, and know where he is and
Whoa,
kind of like
whoa, whoa,
sold
whoa,
him
whoa,
out.
whoa. Oh, hold your horses
There is
here.
a little
Father
bit
figure.
Father
Father figure.
Daddy, well, you never know with Esmeralda, okay?
Oh
There's a
my
head
God.
in the tower as well, and a porn book. What do you want from me? And
These are a lot of
Nick's-
assumptions.
oh yeah, there's a heck of a lot of assumptions here, but nevertheless, she was doing the whole brooding and mourning and sitting on a rock by the tower, and Nyx took a deep breath in and went over once again to speak to his cousin to try and gain a little perspective and to help heal the wounds through the power of alcohol. Very good alcohol. And they managed to connect on their losses with Nyx toasting the people he remembers once again that he's lost. In that when he was in Kresk, he had his memory restored, and the losing of his friends and people that he loved, it never really was resolved until just then. So using some very, very expensive whiskey, they said goodbye to the people that they cared about. And then he left her on the rock to, have some space, and then went up the tower to regroup with the party.
In the meanwhile, Hamartia hid in Illyria's Jedi cloak, thinking that she was completely invisible.
Indeed. It's like, where'd that voice come from? So like Nyx back in the tower had a bit of conversation with Hamartia before we went into our main chat of the evening. Where Hamartia was saying, I don't want to tell you the reasons why, and like Nyx was like, well, that's your choice, man. And it's like, but what about this? It's like, okay, I'll tell you. And kind of revealed that she was Esmeralda, like, because Nyx was like, why are you hiding? And he's like, I'm just hiding. Like, yeah, it doesn't make no sense.
It's comfy in here.
You don't know why was you hide.
It basically boiled down to Nyx getting some additional information to sour the already tenuous relationship that they have a little bit more, where he had not been told beforehand that Hamartia had turned into his cousin to lure Kelvin away to his death. And he's like, we're gonna deal with that later. There is something more to talk about. And then we were basically discussing our involvement or our general approach to our predicament, and how we've had this standoffish, like, non-committal, half in, half out approach, and we need to address that. And we basically came to the conclusion, and collectively, with some blood bonding that Nyx refrained from, because,
Yeah, I hope I made you proud, Arrow, with my Aspida roleplay.
What did you do? What did you do?
Just told everybody to shape up, and be prepared for war.
Yeah. So basically, we haven't done anything yet, short of just put our hands in like a Power Ranger style, and basically swear war to Strahd as we wish to slay all the puppers.
Hell yeah. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fucking right.
Hemo, we're gonna jump over that one. Awesome, thank you so much. All right, let's.
Oh, and Asphida's pregnant now.
Bullshit.
Okay, let's bring it back to where we were.
Are we good for a short rest, though? All that time, a short rest.
Yeah, it was well over an hour.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
doesn't do anything other than take up what's his face, Milavoy, and keep him company for a bit.
Yes.
That's-
25.
Whoa!
No, that's 40.
Ah, okay. I thought you just rolled one die and got 25, and I got very
Oh, no,
scared.
no.
I'm like, what is this
Hell
sorcery?
yeah.
Great at healing.
Oh wow, you shouldn't be here. There you are. Okay, so over the scattered archipelago of Karnas, evening is fast approaching. Over the snowy mountains, deep forest of pine and fir, rapid autumn rivers, and cold, expansive lakes of the lands beyond this accursed place, the sun is currently painting the sky in pastel hues in its inevitable journey towards the horizon. Within Barovia, however, the light that manages to filter down through the ever-present grey blanket merely changes character slightly. There's a corridor of light with a slightly warmer character that shines from the west, and consequently into the window of the uppermost floor of this abandoned tower of Fidatov, making the dust within swirl and dance like tiny snowflakes in the air. Mirroring these shy rays of light permeating through the glass-paned windows are apprehensive waves of hope reverberating between you as each of you uttered a promise to each other. If there is no summer, no light, no hope in this prison, then you shall create your own, or die trying. And as the first step towards that end, you have declared open hunting season. But first, even predators needs rest and recuperation. So, my little trauma team, is there anything you would like to do this evening before you decide to bunker down?
Well, it was hours since the Nyx talking to Esmeralda, right?
Yeah, you watched most of the conversation, but as Esmeralda left Nyx, and Illyria and Amardia came back from their talk, you decided that some privacy was needed between Nyx and Esmeralda, so you took Milavoy upstairs into the warmth.
Okay. Well, right before bed. Is she drunk right now? Later in the night? Drunk?
I was about to ask, how's Essie doing?
Well, currently she's still downstairs.
Okay.
Okay. I think Astrid is gonna check up on her. She definitely wants to give Esmeralda the space, the hours of space before even approaching her to see how she's, having a feel, what's going on here. Okay. She doesn't know the state of things. That she went up, give space and take care of Milavoy upstairs, so less it looking downstairs, towards the night.
Yeah, like you get a little bit worried when nightfall comes, and going out the tower. Let's go back here to show spatially where we are. Nyx is up here, so you go out here. Bam, bam, bam. You can see Esmeralda still sitting on the cold stones by the shore of this lake, Lake Baratok. Still huddled, but she seems to have moved since you last saw her, because now there's a blanket underneath her that she sits on.
Okay. Is there a background? I'm only getting white.
Oh, maybe I just moved? No.
No, I can see it.
I can see it.
Oh, you can see it. Let me just refresh my page.
Yeah, okay. Hope it works. Otherwise, you need to.
Oh, okay, I think I know what it could be. I'll finagle with it later, but I
Alright.
get you.
Yeah.
Asphoda will, calmly, walk over to her.
Mm-hmm.
And just casually say, "How are you holding up?"
You can see that the bottle beside her is like half drunk.
I took the bottle.
Oh! Full fuck. Well, you can't see no bottle. I'm sorry about myself.
There is no deal.
She moves her head, just nods at you, but doesn't look you in the eye, and then returns to her normal state, which is just staring out into the waters.
Okay. Asphoda will sit beside her. Just take a seat. And just see what she's seeing right now.
You look upon the quickly darkening world of this big, expansive, black mirror. Dark blue mirror. Where there are only a few like gentle oscillation that this gentle breeze ripples over this mirror, and you can't see too far out because of the mist that hangs in the air. Eventually it obscures every horizon, but she's just staring into that like hypnotizing geometric the waves, and seems to be lost in her thoughts.
Mm-hmm. She looks out into the waves and begins to say, "These waters remind me of a frozen lake where I used to live, or a large pond. On the days where it wasn't frozen, it would always be misty, like today, where you can't quite see the other side. My father once told me a story, one that he's passed on, that his grandfather has passed on, and so on, about both heroes and villains, and everybody in between would be honored in some sort of way, meeting their end, floating adrift on a boat, on waters like these, before setting them aflame, all sharing similar fate in the end. And with them drowning on that boat, the cherished memorabilia of those they've come to know, better times, worse times, and the such.
She is silent for some time. And then a little bit out of nowhere, you can hear a voice. She's usually pretty brazen and confident, but now her voice seems vulnerable. That's not really how the Vistani does it. The fire, yes, but we tell tall tales all night and dedicate poetry and songs, burn incense, dance, get drunk. Is that respectful? Or just an excuse to party? That I don't know. But I don't think he would like it that way.
Well, he might not like it. You're the one who needs to cope. That's how you do it. And what's wrong with that? If it helps you... If it helps you come to terms.
It does not really do that anymore, as for the... all the Vistani things, it just reminds me of the past. Of the black blood that flows in our veins.
It's your blood. It's all of your Vistani blood. Yes. However, I've seen those like you and Nyx who don't bend to its, or at least not bend as much as others towards its more negative origins.
Two people.
And at the end of the day, those who did submit, do the bidding of Strahd, made their bed. They made their choice. Doesn't mean that you have to follow that because you share the same blood.
It's already too late.
How so?
Because it's in the past, as for the...
It's in the past, but we're here now. You're here, sitting upon this stone, looking upon this lake, while there are others in less freeing circumstances.
I know. But I don't know if I'm the right person to do that anymore.
There's never the right person. A situation doesn't rise and expect the right person to come up immediately. No, these circumstances mold people so that they can be the right ones, such as you, such as I. Nyx, Hamartia, Illyria, and whomever who wants to oppose the circumstances. You saw what it was like beyond the mist, correct?
Yes.
Is that life beyond the mist one that you want?
I don't know if I deserve it.
It's not about if you deserve it, but do you want it? Do you want that for yourself?
There's a shuddering sigh. A bit of a pause. And then the smallest, tiniest nod of her head.
Then that's all the reason anybody ever has, is to want and to get what they want. Is that wanting something you want to show and give to your people?
It doesn't matter as much now. The scroll bow now will never accept me back. And I'm not belonging to the Vistani anymore either. I don't have a family.
You're muted, Bexxy.
Gosh darn. It doesn't matter anymore, Asphyta. I'm not welcome anywhere now. Not the scrollbow. Not without him, they would never accept me. And the Vistani, well, I cannot. And they cannot. Because I said no.
Said no to what?
The unspoken pact.
Which is?
I'm not entirely sure. Hard to describe. But it's there. It's an opportunity to affirm the pull this place has on us.
What you do with that pact or your past is all up to you in the end. Whether you wish to let it drown you, or you could take it and pivot yourself with it for yourself and lead the way. And maybe if you pivot hard enough, they can see that there is a life outside what they know that could be better. You don't have to follow them. You can always lead by example, whether intentional or not. They all see you in the end, whether they love or despise you. But maybe in your actions, you can be the unintended beacon of hope that they didn't think they needed.
For the first time, she turns and looks at you, and there's a clear tear that runs down her cheek, and she smiles in this way that is the opposite of being happy. That sounds lonely, Asphodel. And I'm not strong in that way. I don't want to be lonely.
Whoever said you'd be alone in this charge? You have me. You have Nyx, Lyria, maybe even Hamartia if you get to know her better. And it's not just the ones standing beside you to look forward, but the ones you'll make ahead if you succeed. You won't be lonely, because there are others beside you if you just look past the mist that clouds your eyes.
She this time drops her head into her hands, turns away from you to the fullest, and starts to convulse in another fit of tears, and she seems to be unable to answer.
Asphodel simply sits by her, pats her on the back, and just waits it out. She will sit here for as long as Esmeralda wishes.
At the end of it, she will be so tired that she's just ready to pass out. And so she's not ready to speak, but will go up the tower to get some warmth to sleep.
All right. Then she'll follow, beside her, back up the tower.
Okay. In the meantime, were there any conversations that we need to do in roleplay?
No, I mean, I wanted to maybe talk to Ezzy, but I can do that another time, I guess.
You're saying probably it's not the best time.
Yeah.
I would like to catch us so that that's possible.
Like, later that evening, just before bed?
Yes.
When Espada comes up? Okay.
Yes.
Nyx, do you have something?
I said my piece with Ezzy last time. He's a little bit salty at the moment with Hamartia, so not really. With Illyria, I don't know. I mean, she seems preoccupied wanting to speak to Esmeralda.
Well, I mean, she
so-
can't, and once she sees Asphodel going, there's really no point in her trying to speak to Esmeralda anymore.
Maybe Nyx would just be, I guess, sitting on the bed, like going through the books, with a bit more detail, I suppose.
Starting that process.
Yeah, just continue reading. There's a lot of reading to do here, I suppose. He's not like he's sulking in any way. It's just more. It's rare to have a bit of downtime in a place that feels secure. So he's just continuing, perhaps writing some in his book.
Okay. Make me a straight cunning check, please.
Ooh.
Rätt och cunning.
Straight to cunning.
I don't know about that. I'm not
It's
exactly...
Is that gay cunning?
Why are we
Oh.
speaking with spaghetti tone?
Spaghetti tone.
I am Casimir. Casimir's Italian brav.
It's me. 14. You learn the interesting tidbit that there is an ancient legend in the kind of mist of time in the age of Genesis when vampires were first created. That a vampire fed on a high priestess of the halfling god of oh my god, brain work. The Tear, I think the name was, whose sphere of influence is hospitality and hearth. And ever since this halfling god of hearth and home was outraged at this event, that he cursed vampires evermore to be unable to enter into others' abodes unless they are welcomed.
That is what I read as in, like, that is the legend of
Yes.
only, inviting a vampire in is the only way they can come in.
And then they start discussing these interesting facts that there's like a physical barrier that vampires cannot enter if a house belongs to somebody and they need to get a spoken welcome to be able to enter. And it's a way to protect yourself.
Did I read about the ritual that is required? If it's in there or it's not in there?
Pretty sure
It's not
a thing.
It's just a thing.
Oh, okay. What
It's not-
constitutes a home?
Yeah, they start discussing that about like homes with like shared ownership, and things get a little bit gray. There's some opinions like leaning this way and some opinions leaning that way.
Did we get the deed to Castle Ravenloft?
That would be
Just
something.
evict.
That would be something.
Owner? Oh my god.
Get your shit, Strahd. You're out of here.
You know. Yeah, it's the tier. I was completely right. I drew that from memory. I'm very happy. Yeah. So he starts with this legend, and it's it's very much like the legend of Medusa who got seduced by Poseidon and ran to the temple of Artemis, I think it is, or was it Minerva? Yeah, it's like there's several different forms of it, of how Medusa got cursed in our own like legends, and this tale also takes very much like different shapes depending upon where you find it. But the consequence of it remains the same, that vampires are normally unable to enter into people's homes without a invitation.
Next, to try and read through that part, it's a little ambiguous in terms of like how big a structure a house or a home is.
For
like
sure.
You can't just build a shack out of sticks and call that your home, and then they can't enter a shack of sticks. Perhaps with
The book like also discusses the fact that vampires are well aware of this fact, and they are trying to actively cover this truth up by making it as Oh my god, ambiguous.
Ambiguous.
Thank you. Ambiguous as possible.
I will copy a bunch of this stuff, the theory of it, into his own epic about.
Aphrodite. It was Aphrodite. Yeah.
Yeah, about the vampires out in the street, wanting to come in a sense. He tries to like match that to some of his own antagonists in his story about not being able to be let in, and then he kind of like devolves into this unnecessary tangent of claiming how vampires are just looking for a home, but then
Oh my god.
They're all-
Vampires.
What a psychoanalysis.
yeah. They just need to have something warm in their bellies and a roaring fiery in the hearth. But he kind of crosses out a bunch of that. It's like, that seems ridiculous. But
Yeah.
it's interesting information to know. Would he know of Natir at all? Like, would this like theory of the gods actually be a thing? Like, or is he just like, who the fuck is this?
It would be very much who the fuck is this to you, because halflings are incredibly unusual in Kasai. Because of their, well, you don't know that, but because of their gentle nature, Boreas doesn't really like them. So you have there's gnomes and elves and stuff like that, and they're old gods. There might be a chance that you know of, but it's the first time you've heard the name. But you do know that once upon a time there were more gods, and some races did have like a patron god. But the details are quite fussy.
I wouldn't claim that Nyx is all that of a religious chap. More of, a physical kind of guy. And he kind of treats it, I suppose, to the extent of like folklore or like storytelling aspects. Like,
Yeah.
it's an interesting story. Whether or not it's true, is it possible to apply the theory here of maybe if we had a house, we could be safe as long as we don't invite the vampire in? And whether or not that is still applicable to teleportation circles.
yeah, a lot of questions. But an interesting avenue. Cool.
Yeah, Nyx is kind of like nerding out then a little bit.
Okay. All right. Okay, Illyria, do you just take it easy? Talk a little bit with Milivoy, or?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else I wanna do, can do, so...
Alright, okay. Then let's get back up here. And Asphodel and Esmeralda return. Esmeralda basically walk over to her bed and just looks at Nyx.
I look at her back.
At least move over. I want to sleep.
There's plenty of room.
Right, don't blame me if I kick you.
Hey man, if you just like get a little uncomfortable because of your, one book, don't blame me.
You are such a... And then she kind of drifts off to sleep.
Do like a little silent chuckle as just like watch her. And I look out to the others.
Come on, there's a scarecrow.
You like shape changed into a scarecrow?
No, she's like putting a bunch of like makeshift clothes on herself to look like a pile of laundry. The way she hid from me.
Well, Essie doesn't seem to pay you any mind. She just marches to the bed and falls asleep. She's exhausted.
Wow, I took that out of me.
Better get comfortable, I suppose. Might as well rest up when we can. If we are to do what we said we're going to do. I don't exactly know when the next time will be when we actually have a roof over our heads. Or our skin on our bones.
Whoa. You took that to a really weird place.
All I mean to say, Amatir, is what comes next is a bit of a journey. Maybe there'll be some comforts here and there, but what we intend to do changes things a little bit. Some people may revolt against us. Some people may cheer us on. In some aspects. The people of Kresk will welcome us back, but the people of Valaki, probably not. Saint Illyria. Not entirely sure you'll keep that title, but...
I never wanted a stupid title in the first place.
Anti-Saint sounds better anyway.
Can we just scratch that saint thing altogether?
Sure, cool. I was never really one for titles.
I mean, one's more than enough if you ask me.
Wait, you have a title? Oh, you mean lady, or... Which one are you referring to?
Yeah?
Don't you have a military rank as well? Aren't you Sergeant Lady Saint Illyria?
I mean, I do have a rank. Yes. Look,
is your rank?
let's not... let's just stick with Illyria.
No, but what is your rank? I want to know. Come on, you can tell me what your rank is. Can't use that against you. Yet. I'm just kidding.
Like, you're not using the Lady Saint to annoy me?
No, I stopped with the Lady Saint a few days ago. I just, I always thought being like Sergeant Hamatia sounded a lot more heroic than just Hamatia. So, if you want to have, but like...
You want to be a sergeant?
I don't know, it sounds cool.
I don't think you... No, it's...
What about Captain?
I mean, military isn't all that glorious or anything.
Oh. Wait, these titles have meanings? Or are just like actual prefixes? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's all about ranks and hierarchy in the military. I guess you wouldn't know.
I mean, I read about a lot of knights. A lot of sirs, a lot of sergeants, captains, colonels, some generals. General
Lydia
Farshead.
will tell you when she's ready to tell you, Hamatia. If you want to be a sergeant, go ahead, be a sergeant. Who's there to stop you?
Yes, I'll make my own military.
You can be the sergeant of our army.
No, so I'm gonna be a sergeant. So Sol is going to be a soldier. So he's gonna be Sol.
Sol the soldier? Isn't it a little redundant?
He can, if you ask him, he wants to be Sol the malicious, but I didn't really like it.
Do you know when Sol is going to come back?
Isn't it? No, yes, I mean,
You
I
sent
told
him
him.
after the werewolves.
Yes, yeah, he's going to come back either when I tell him to, or when he finds their camp or they move towards us again. So, 2 scenarios.
Or when my blood runs hot with murder!
Yes, only those 2 scenarios.
Maybe we'll hook up with Sol in the morning.
Yes, so we'll come back someday.
Nix will stand up off the bed and say, "This one's a bit too wriggly for my taste. Illyria, the bed is yours if you want it."
Leaves on the rug.
Nix just sits down next to the box, I suppose.
I've slept in worse places before, but so if you want the bed,
Take it. Esmeralda is a toucher in her sleep.
excuse me.
You know, she is active, at least as far as I remember. You know, night touching. That's a thing.
She would probably not appreciate suddenly waking up next to me. Why don't we leave her to whole bed?
There's space on the floor.
Asphoda's taking off her armor and she's gonna go nearby the spot with the most candles and just sleep by that.
Asphoda and not Asphoda. No. Okay. Hamata is going to lie down on the edge of the rug, take the edge, and then just roll with the edge of the rug to make herself a little gargoyle. I don't know how to call it.
What? A gargoyle?
A raggle. I don't know.
A
A
rag.
rag! Wait, do you want to burrito yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Respect. Alright, you just lie down on the edge, and then you just roll, and then you become a burrito. A burrito rug. Perfect.
I mean, a burrito.
A burrito! Burrito, maybe, in his case, muffin murder. It's very cute. Offensively cute. Okay. Alright, anything else before bed?
Not particularly.
Asphoda's good.
Yeah, no, Illyria also just finds a spot to sleep.
Before they pass out, Nix will just say, "But tuck Esmeralda in."
Bro.
Not getting out of this. Ever.
Bert, the armor.
Oh, but
Ah!
Yeah,
I heard better.
No, Bert.
Alright,
Bert.
Bert gives you a salute. Then he takes his creaking armor plates and move over to the bed. Very robotically takes up, a blanket, puts it over. Esmeralda tugs in the sides. Esmeralda almost stirs because this is pretty heavy-handed.
She's drunk. Anyway, your senses
Yeah.
are decreased.
But she's still sleeping. And Bert almost creates an insane asylum kind of robe. He really tucks it in,
Straight jacket?
Yeah, straight jacket. Yeah, really tucks it in. So Esmeralda also becomes a burrito on the bed. And then Bert returns to his normal position, salutes, and then stops moving. And you all find sleep at some point or the other. Yay!
Yay!
Is this a really good place for a break? It's a little bit early, but maybe it's good
It's a
time.
bit early.
Yeah, it is a bit. I mean, we can go for that. I can.
Does
I can
anybody
go.
need a
Grab some
break now?
I can pee, but I don't need to.
Maybe in 20 minutes or so.
Okay,
might
okay,
not
let's
need
continue then. Okay, let's continue. Nobody
Let's look for
needed a break.
aim for the 1.5 hour
I
stream mark.
just want to eat my birthday. Okay, anyway.
So that's
Wait.
why.
No one's stopping you.
The reason we can't take a break.
No, it's okay, it's okay. Okay. So,
So half the hit die back. Yeah.
Is it round
yay.
up or down? Half hit die.
Is rounded down because things in Frostmark is a little bit harder. Yo.
It doesn't matter. I was like 7 out of 8 anyway, so. But I need to spend a couple for my Healy points.
Healy points. Okay. A little bit too happy, I think. Calm down. There we go. Alright, and let's go for
Sage.
this scene instead. Switch it up a little bit. So, you wake up one after the other. You have some breakfast by invading the kitchen cabinets of the tower. Trying not to think about the cupboard in the corner that has a stuffed head in it. If you remember.
Yes, I do remember.
Just wanted to bring it up again. That's indeed a thing. It's a little bit. The cloud seems to be a little bit darker today. It might rain. Who knows when? For now, it seems to hold it in. And you do your normal morning ablutions and get ready. Esmeralda wakes up. She looks pretty horrible, like big circles underneath her eyes. She's grumpy. She's not a morning person. So she's basically walking around like a zombie and just like dressing and eating and, you know, doing her thing. But eventually you kind of just naturally gather up in a loose group as soon as the question of how and what and when becomes more and more pressing. Yes?
Ezzy, I know you're really not up to it. Neither am I, but we went through a couple of your notes yesterday around the surrounding area about what you've been up to and the certain tracks, and we've come to the conclusion that whilst we weren't quite ready for action yesterday, we are today. And your safety is paramount. And if someone's coming after you, there's no way that I'm going to let them take my cousin. So, today it's hunting season.
Ah, you're actually going for it then?
We need to. There's far too much at stake. But before we do that, I kind of feel like Illyria has been trying to get your attention, so just, when you're doing your hair, whatever it takes, just maybe have a word with her.
Can ask her on my own, but thanks.
No worries. I just noticed. I need to go do my hair. Bye.
And Nix,
Yes?
I'm not really myself right now, but I do have the wherewithal to know that if you went through my personal clothing, I am going to drop. Yeah, I'm going to drop green hair dye on your head. Just so you know.
Whoa. Why would I go through your clothing? I mean, I do you see what you're wearing? I have some fashion sense.
What's that supposed to mean? Her clothes are fine.
The khaki trousers, the boots that, don't coordinate. I mean, I have a little bit of pride.
She just sneers.
Maybe a little bit too much.
And walks over to her personal chest and starts looking around, looking a little bit miffed. Do you want to corner Ezzy, Lyria?
I mean, Lyria is gonna see if she can get her to like talk alone at some point, but it doesn't have to be right now if Essie's not in the mood.
Okay, alright. Some more stuff happens in the morning. You all but, dressed.
I think Illyria would probably more like let's ask once we leave if they can just drop back a moment and have a chat.
Okay. But you do notice that during these normal morning things that Essie is not dressing for the outdoors. She's just hanging back in inside casual clothing.
And then Illyria would probably approach her at some point when she's looking the least pissed off.
Alright, she is leaning over her desk and pretty again, little bit frustrating, trying to find all the things that used to be there and trying to straighten out to remember her own very chaotic system of where things are. She's not looking particularly less angry, but she's distracted, and maybe you can use that.
So, are you planning to stay here?
I'm not. Wait, where is my 99 Problems but a Demon Ain't One? Who has taken it? I really like that one.
99 Problems but a Demon Ain't One.
It's a classic. Don't worry about it.
Fun read.
She ruffles around a little bit more, and as soon as you open your mouth again to repeat the question, thinking that maybe she didn't hear, she mutters a little bit more less audibly. I'm not sure you want me along.
Well, it's up to you, really. And I mean, I won't really force you. Honestly, I'm not sure you want to come along.
She stops, sighs, and turns to give you her full attention, looking a little bit lost.
I can help you look for your book if you want.
No, it's alright. I'm pretty sure I know who took it.
Illyria immediately glances over to Nyx.
Nyx didn't take her book. Put it back.
You put it back somewhere she doesn't know where,
Yeah.
so...
Well,
by straightening it out, she is more lost at where things are, because she had this very chaotic system.
Nyx is doing his hair.
Yeah, I know. Very
I mean,
important.
if you... I don't know if you want to talk about the matter, I just...
What matter?
what happened.
I thought about that a lot yesterday, and whilst I'm not okay, I know myself enough to say that. She puts like a hand on your shoulder. I do know that I do not blame you guys for what happened.
If there's anybody to it would be.
I admire him a lot, and honestly, his loss is harder for me than I thought. I didn't think he meant so much to me. But even so, the people of Aleki versus one person, I honestly don't know what I would have said.
I mean,
Or decided in your stead.
didn't have to be him.
I think that decision shouldn't have been to begin with. So I
No.
don't consider it to be your fault. I was angry for an hour or so yesterday, but not anymore. So don't worry about that.
I do still wonder if I made the right choice sometimes, but don't let Asphoda know.
Well, if you look beyond the morality of what he did, he showed his hand too quickly and too foolishly. It's quite obvious that he has lost his edge with the grief and the panic.
I mean, he did lose his son after all.
Yeah, he considered it that way, but he's still alive in the castle. Well, unalive.
Yeah, about that.
What?
I had to promise him something.
Right? That
He
sounds like
was-
him.
I saw a blood oath that I would rescue his son, and should he have been turned into a monster, I would kill him.
That makes a lot of sense. And she drops her hand from your shoulder and she furrows her brow, and her thoughts turn inward. So you stand there and awkwardly look at her, or? Or leave her to her thoughts?
I mean, Illyria thinks like a little bit, and then I probably shouldn't have brought that up. I don't know how much Nyx told you, or if he put the blame on himself.
He did, He did an adequate job telling me, consider everything. She's not feeling good about it, but
I was the one who made the choice and walked with Rickton to what was probably his execution.
I know that he would never reveal such a thing, but I am glad that he wasn't alone in that moment. And I'm sure he was too.
It's the least thing I could do. Despite his shortcomings, he did place his trust in us.
I should have trusted you guys more and went with you into Volaki. Maybe I could have. Maybe if I was there, I could have.
There are a lot of what ifs here, but if you want to, you can help us end this.
I need to think. I'm not feeling particularly dangerous at this moment to go hunting werewolves. It always have, ever since. There was a certain glee in it. But I question everything right now.
Shannon, I just found the genuine
but I shouldn't leave you
and most
either.
scary video of all time.
If you need some more time, that's okay.
Is it?
No, I'm not whacking off yet.
We don't have much of it, but if you need the day, then
But you don't have a day. Not with these
No.
children.
Yeah, I'm pausing
No.
and reading.
And
is
maybe
very
you need
important
me.
for this video.
Am I being selfish?
Oh, this is a 1-minute video of
I mean, it's not only us that need you, those kids too.
Stopping is hard.
Maybe. I don't know what to do. It's a little bit jarring to see, somebody who's always been so assured and forward. Doubt. And look so lost as she does to you in this moment.
I know your mentor and the man you've been following for a long time turned out to not be what you imagined him to be, and the cause you've been fighting for is lost for you. But if, and that is your decision, you have the skills, you can find a new cause with us to help those children and to eventually help all of Barovia. Barovians and your people alike.
Do you...
Yeah. Still really fucking good.
Do you guys want me there? Despite
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
myself.
There was an update that
We want to help you be yourself again, if you'll let us.
because it glitched out.
I just don't want to
they-
be him. This is...
They started to mourn their girlfriends. 'Cause they
I don't want to be the
died.
reason that you fail. You understand me?
Oh, are we?
You won't. You won't be the reason we fail.
Are you sure?
Done Darkseer?
I'm certain, yes.
Fucking worked last time.
Okay.
Citrus got me.
Maybe some fresh air will do me good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Think it might do us all some good, actually. I know that you're hurting, Izzy, but at this point we need to make a stand. Got a lot of distance to go, and those children aren't getting any younger.
Or, well,
It's always good to have family around, especially when family is hard to come by these days. And you're a Scropo, Izzy. You were underneath Van Drichten's wing. You have already done a lot of hunting yourself. How dare you for doubting yourself? How dare you? You're like totally awesome, by the way. It's a little bit upsetting for me to recognize that, if I'm honest. Especially with my friends around here. Be the girl that Van Richten wanted you to be. Even if he's not around to witness it. Do it for you. And do it for Barovia. That's what I'm going to do. And also get my friends out. I'll stand by you.
there's a reason he's usually the one talking. Illyria just kind of gives you a smile.
Smart. Smart.
Gives him a wink, or a wink back.
You would have expected some, some glee over this fact that you totally confess that you think Essie is better than you.
Vacuum does 100.
Used it as ammunition against you, but
that much damage.
she just hides underneath her hair a bit at the beginning of your speech.
Yeah, last previous match,
but
10,
she
1,
finds
21.
some kind of steel far, far within her, and she looks up. Still a lot of emotions playing on her face, but she
Dude, I
nods.
was fucking dominating.
All right.
Then pick up your severed head and let's get on. Nix gives her like this
Do you
biggest
really think I-
shit-eating grin and goes down the elevator.
I got like 2
Yeah, I'm
Perfect
going to
timing.
leave Richten's strange head here.
Did it belong to him?
I didn't know it did, but when I found the tower, without him here looking for clues, I found it.
Did you understand how to activate it and why it was kept?
Well, when Richten is able to ask questions out of the dead from time to time.
We imagined the same would be the case. Although none of us can actually do such a creepy thing.
Going towards him.
Yeah, it
Maybe.
always gave me the chills.
He
I don't know if you recognized him, did you? The head.
I do.
honestly, yes. Oh, I got Sunstrike?
The name was escaping me when I
Okay,
saw his face, but
not good. Thank you, Lemon.
It's Jan.
Not good. Not good.
do I get like this whole flood of memories? Or
The picture becomes clearer in your head, but you usually hang around, the stair pool people. Jan was like a slightly older Vistani that usually hang around the Volaki people.
Even lucky people. Boo.
Oh, yeah, good.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
It's not like a Ratatouille moment.
No.
Got it.
And whenever he would go on, with a caravan to leave the mist, they would always stop by their pool first, to say
Steal our wine.
give their respects to Madame Eva on their way
Oh,
out.
sure. Fair enough.
I'm sorry.
So how about it? Get your shit together, everyone. I was spooked with the verve that Asphodel presented yesterday. You okay, Asphodel? Your feet still with the owies?
You see her, she's putting on her armor, and then, she's shaking her like metal boot upside down, little dried spikes come out, and she's just like, what was that?
Nothing at all. I like you, right?
She's just looking around kind of like odd and says, yes? Is there something that I need to know before we hunt?
Oh, I think he's trying to confess. Illyria has like a shit-eating grin on her face.
Confess.
Confess what?
I have no idea. Confess
I
what?
thought it was funny. Just kind of like gives Nyx like a little punch, like not that it actually hurts, but kind of playful.
Uh-huh. Just make sure you take care of your feet, if you're gonna be walking a while. I wouldn't want you to, get a blister.
A blister?
I think Asphodel can handle a blister.
Can you get blisters? You have scales.
That's a very good question.
Jesus.
And she's just like,
Also, Illyria kind of like goes through probably like the clothing pile that is Abartia and like, can I have my cloak
Yeah,
back?
it's just watching all of this like a burrito.
Yeah, Illyria is just kind of like, kind of like tugging a little like, can I have my cloak back?
Yes,
Or-
it's over there. I didn't select for that.
You can borrow it if you want.
No, it's your cool cloak. I have a cool cloak of my own, which I made.
Maybe we should get matching ones, actually.
Oh, it's such a cool idea. Yes. Yeah, so we can be cloak sisters.
Yeah!
That's not a thing.
Yes, it is, Nix.
We made it a thing now.
It's like Luke Skywalker together with Baby Yoda.
13 seconds.
So I'm ready to leave, by the way. So just tell me, unroll myself.
We do have one loose end, shall we say, as Nix looks to Milavoy.
Oh right, it's yes, I'm still here.
Right, so we need to kill him, right?
What?
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
My morning lord. So yeah, I'm ready to go when you guys are.
Do you need help getting back to somewhere safe?
Are you intending to come with us, Milavoy?
If I can. I mean, Franz, Hans, Laszlo, and Jessica, and Felix are
Okay, I've searched them.
still out there, right?
They are, but
And
You
you,
have something to defend yourself with. After all, you saw what we're going up against, right?
He lifts up his shovel from the ground a little bit.
I think he has great spirit in him, but a little bit more polishing of technique is required until he is able to face such things.
Nix will dig in his bag and produce a light hammer from Valaki.
Does Illyria have any extra stuff?
And I'll hand it to Milavoy.
He
It's the only sort of melee weapon he has.
measures up in his hand and says, this could be a great backup weapon.
Do we still?
I see on the inventory a +1 hand axe. That's silver.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
And
We do have
+1,
inventory.
and a +1 silvered short sword from
Yeah.
True.
I mean,
Yeah.
theoretically, the silver stuff would probably be way better.
Silver stuff is perfect for us.
Yeah. Your shovel isn't silvered, is it?
A silver shovel.
Wow. I'm just an orphan
Fancy.
who turned gravedigger. I don't have that kind of money.
Silver shovel.
Well,
But a good question, man.
Yeah,
Barovia.
and that's what I was just like, who silvers a shovel?
I'm just saying. It's probably better if we hand you an actual silvered weapon if you insist on going.
I think it's a requirement for him. And he turns to him. Do take a silvered weapon.
I mean, a hand axe is fine with me. I've done a lot of, chopping wood in my time, so, thank you.
And she nods her head. Oh, I see that breastplate that was never fitted. Wink. It is what it is, but I still see.
The silence on me is bad.
But we don't. When did we get silver spikes?
They're crossbow. No, they're like stakes, silver stakes. We got them when from Van Richten's horde after we basically
Word.
sold him out to Strahd. He gave us like full reign of like his inventory in his wagon, and that was included in that.
Okay, cool.
That's where the axe and sword came from too.
All right, cool. I'm just gonna, I'm refreshing the stuff that Asphodel has. Okay, cool.
He takes the hand axe, kind of measures up in his hand, do a few like strikes away from people with it, and he looks like he can hand himself on a rudimentary kind of level. He looks up to all of you just underneath his quite moody bangs. I'm going to be honest, I haven't done much fighting in my time.
Wait, I was
We're not
seriously
expecting-
Hold up. I was seriously considering bringing him along.
Look, he's not going to be a fighter, but we need if
I'm
he wants
not-
to come along.
I'm
not a
happy
fan,
to stand
but-
back, but
No.
I need
We
to
don't
rescue. I need to rescue my brothers.
I don't care what you
I
need.
don't
You can
think the
live
brothers
beforehand.
would appreciate you losing your life over this.
Done a lot of wrong things lately, so I really want.
As long as I don't get silenced, it's fine.
We have the spare armor we can put him in.
Well, there is some breastplate, but
We
there's
are
not you can
not-
wear it.
Seriously entertaining this idea.
But he has
Look, Hamatir, everyone can be
No.
a hero.
No.
I
No.
don't like it, but I don't think he will accept a no.
I don't
Okay.
care what he accepts or not. He can't be a hero if he's dead. You didn't know what we were up against. You didn't know when a stray werewolf would come out of the bushes and just gorge down his neck before we can even respond.
Look, he took a hit from this tower, and he's still breathing. That's enough for me.
It's on you if he dies.
Well, that is true for everyone since... Well, not anymore after I saw you vomit out the butterfly, but... I get it. I'll help keep him alive. Don't worry.
And besides, that's his will to save his brothers. That is what he wants, and that is what he wishes to die for. Then I say, why not honor that? He's not doing this to be a hero. He's doing this because he is an older brother.
Not good.
Isn't that right?
I have mana boots. That's something.
They have always looked up to me and come to me when things have been hard. Looked to me for
You see the
protection
amount of damage I
and
did to him, though?
advice.
That was just one iron shell.
I
If I put 2 down first.
did all of this. The strange thing for
We could
Vasily
probably kill him.
because he
ulted you
promised
last.
me
Oh,
enough
is that
money
what's the cooldown of his ult?
to hire the hunters, the wolf hunters. You might know of them, Yevgeny and Krushkin.
I have
I
ult.
think we've met them.
I'm not sure if I have
To
mana
hire
for
them
all
to
of
send them out to scout for my missing brothers. Now, I trusted in the wrong person, so I guess I will have to see it through myself.
And I won't be the person to take that away from him. It's his own version of redemption. Let him have this.
We'll take your silence as an acquiesce. But your anxiety is noted, Amatir. Anything else, guys?
Do we still have those spikes? Those silver ones.
They're in the cot, I believe.
Excellent. I'll be sure to take those along with me.
And
There's
we
also a pretty big crossbow if you want that, Izzy.
Power escaped
You-
there.
You found
And then I
Richten's
put it down on
crossbow?
some farm and then left.
He
Yep.
entrusted
He could-
us
he could-
with pretty much all of his belongings.
that thing is a work of art.
Maybe you can paint a portrait with it.
Maybe. A very bloody portrait.
We'll stop by Arcot on the way out. But if you want anything further, I'm suggest grabbing it now, because at this point, daylight's burning, guys.
Alright. You pack your things, Essie does too. You head down to the wagons, hearing that elevator music for the last time for some time.
Play it!
Yeah!
Do it!
Alright! You know, in all your gear of
Can we all come down
backpacks,
in like one go? Do we need to like wait for the elevator and stuff like that?
Uh,
I demand.
probably have to go in 2 goes with all of you, and you have to do the power hug. The hug of destiny.
The hug of destiny.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's like 1 meter squared, basically, so
Oh my god.
Yeah.
a little bit more than
right.
1 meter squared, so really
How
have
much
to
I
like
can
stand
do
there
that?
and like hug each other as you go down. And you know, with the janky movement as well, you need to balance, you can help each other to balance as you go down, so yeah.
I want to try and
Power hug.
sleight of hand to grab Illyria's ass.
Oh my god!
Oh lord.
What have you started? What have you
It's an
guys
elevator.
started? I've never heard the last of this. Oh my god, I didn't need this. Okay.
I'm jealous.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Trauma, Barovia. Okay, sure. Give
I
me
mean,
a
but, like-
subterfuge. Cunning.
Do you see how much potential drama this can cause?
No, we're all tied together. No one else is gonna feel. No one's gonna see him. There's a 19.
Oh yeah. You're super sneaky.
Group.
What has happened?
Anyway,
You
What
go
are
down.
you doing?
Just leave that moment where it is. You take all the things, use the bag of holding to keep your weight down.
Tier 2 is the meta.
Essie takes
Dude, they're
the
kicking our
crossbow
ass right now.
with a lot of reverence and a little bit of
How did
hesitation,
we go
but
from
she takes it.
feeding,
And
Is it kind of like Legend of Zelda style?
well, it's a big crossbow. It's huge and has some weird mechanical parts that is unusual.
Okay, so
Ash
Essie.
was taking 10 silver spikes.
Got it.
Okay.
I'll mark it down on who's got what for the time being.
Just 10 of them right now. And when she does ask Esmeralda, like, the best place to stake a werewolf.
I think. Wait, how many spikes are there? Because I'm pretty sure these spikes are like caltrop spikes.
It
Yeah,
just
I
says
think,
30 silver spikes.
30 silver
There-
spikes.
Yeah, those are like a huge bag of silver caltrops, basically.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll rename it to Caltrops then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was asking before. I thought they
Yeah,
were
that's
like,
what
no.
I figured they would be that.
Mm,
You still have like the silver manacles and silver chain.
that you
Yeah. Oh yeah, I still totally have that, and a ring of mind shielding. Not
Yeah.
that she's actually put that sucker on yet.
Man, I could have used that whilst you were away.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay.
All right.
You can still take the Caltrops if you want.
Oh sure.
Just take the whole bag.
If it's okay, I'll take the whole bag.
Yeah.
Is it just like one use, or is like for all 30, or how's it working?
To like spray a good amount of area, I would say
Not just a Terrorblade.
like a 3-meter radius probably needs all of them, and then like a 1-meter radius maybe half.
You could just say like 1 meter radius is 10.
Yeah,
It makes
that
it
is true.
easier.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. I'll put that down. So technically, okay, gotcha,
Yes,
gotcha.
yes, yes. That's
I'll
really
mark
good. Yeah, do it. And you turn your gaze towards the forest, towards that tree line north of you, and you realize that you cannot take any wagons because there is no path for wagons.
We knew that.
We knew that.
Good. So what are we doing with the horses?
Put them nearby the tower of electricity.
What?
Maybe somewhere where they don't like accidentally activate it.
Well, I mean, just letting them free in the forest nearby. I mean, it's not like there's a paddock.
Nope. Yeah.
We can maybe find them. Maybe they survive. Maybe they don't. If it.
Okay, but
at
you're
this point we can.
letting go of the horses.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Like maybe they will just gravitate to stay around here. But I think before we do that, we move the cart down to next to Ezzy's, so it's there.
Park it there.
Park
Yeah.
it there, so we have 2 carts.
Okay.
And off we go.
All right, and off you go. And with that, we're gonna go finally for a short break.
Go with your food!
We're gonna eat.
Subway.
We're gonna power eat. Go to the toilet, refill your drinks, and come back ready and happy for another hour of roleplay. Yay! Let's do it.
We're gonna fight.
Let's do it.
I need to have like be there.
I'm just gonna quickly stuff some Subway down my throat.
Alrighty, I'm back, and I'm pretty sure I have a cat. Oh. Beep. Yep, there she is.
Hey Mo, that's a very interesting question with a very interesting answer
Very much so.
that hasn't been
I
revealed.
walked in, back
Good
in,
that you noticed because the party has yet to think about it, so good on you. You notice these things.
I mean, in a worst case, can't like see horses.
Oi, oopsie, I was gonna mute myself instead of just left.
I mean, yeah, horses being horses. I guess Nick's just assumed that the horses will be nearby and like all the werewolves ate them or something.
I don't have. I don't have a straw. No, I need to get back up again.
That's fair. That's quite fair.
My cat probably doesn't approve though.
I am back.
Okay, I'm back for real this time.
think Bexxy is just like full on horse in it. Like if she could unhinge her jaw Garfield style, she would.
I mean, you know, sometimes it just do be like that.
Sometimes you need to unhinge your jaw.
Yeah.
Mirko style.
I'm gonna be honest, I was ready to do that earlier when I grabbed food before the session. I was so hungry.
Okay. Eaten half, saving half for later. Okay. Waiting for Cookie, I think.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Susan didn't get an answer. That's yeah, because Air was here, Julie's here, you were here, but not Cookie.
Well, I mean, any hot news is going down. I ordered a new computer.
How big is your new graphics card?
How big? Is that a euphemism?
That's the girl of it.
Oh, show me your new graphics card, baby.
God,
Oh.
sending
Hey,
me an
babe, wanna see my new
unsolicited
graphics card?
pic.
Wink, wink.
I mean, to be fair, I had an entire chat with a friend today about showing me his baguette because I thought I was heading off to French class.
Oh god.
God.
So
It's
the
not the
hottest
new
one-
4070. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
It's just the standard 3080. So
I
just
spent
the
a lot of
standard.
my money on a new phone, and I really hope my PC doesn't like die on me anytime soon.
well, like this laptop powers a pretty big monitor. Poor little guy seems to be gasping for air. So I want to do more, but sometimes like if I'm streaming and have a bunch of other things open at the same time, like everything's kind of grinds to a halt.
Yeah, I
That's
kind of
like-
realized I've had my computer for like,
Fucking nuke every single wave on
I don't know when I got it, like let's say when I was like 16-ish, 17 maybe. I've had it for like 6 years now.
Streaming
wow.
goes
Yeah.
fantastically well actually on my computer, even though it's getting pretty old. But
I mean, to be fair, I did replace the graphics card at some point because it shut itself.
modded Skyrim or Cyberpunk, that's the limit. That's when my machine runs very hot.
I haven't played like a proper game for such a long time just because this laptop can't really handle it. So I mean, it's okay. It's just
Yeah. My
Need
machine
something
is like 4-year-old.
yeah, the same for here.
Yeah.
I've
So
been
I
playing
can't like play
Skyrim
Cyberpunk, you know,
No,
because it will explode.
I want to get all the achievements before I do anything with mods again.
I just want to play a game in like ultra wide without it having to like, you know,
You saved
beg me to stop. Anyway,
God.
just we're all back now,
Oh, are we?
or aren't we?
Ah,
Hey, it's the shitting log.
Oh god.
it's the shitting dog.
That's where
Yeah.
Aspida came back.
I'm back.
No, I know. It's like this is when you return. Your
Oh
first
my
scene of
God.
when you return.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So, the path ahead is scrubby. Half buried in moss invaded stones of different sizes. Massive roots snake into every available patch of free earth. Trees of different ages, sometimes creating walls that you have to struggle to get through, or rotten fallen ones that you have to go over, as well as bushes of different kinds that you have to sometimes traverse around. This and much more colors your next couple of hours of travel. And all of these obstacles have been made slick by the grace of the steady downpour that started a mere hour into this trek, which has also affected your mood. Not only is the rain colder than usual, testing your travel gear's integrity and your own willpower, but it has made any unfettered earth muddy. Needless to say, your boots and the lower end of your pants have been adequately spattered by the gooey but cold substance. There are some highlights, however. The speed of your travel is not particularly slowed down or led astray by the grace of Asphodus and Esmeralda's ability to track and navigate, as well as Esmeralda's quite extensive notes and maps of this area. They help you avoid pitfalls and guide you to the narrow paths of least resistance. And speaking of which, where are we aiming to go? Exactly.
North.
North, yes, general north.
Yeah,
I mean-
Hamatia is gonna look for Soul.
Isn't Soul just in your little pocket?
No, Soul is on a mission.
Soul was trailing the werewolf.
Oh, yeah! I completely forgot it.
Soul was on a mission to carry the werewolves until one, they come back to the watchtower to alert us beforehand, or two, until they reach their camp and then go back and tell us.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, okay. Poor Soul returns to you
Stand next to it.
just before it started raining, like a little bit more like a half an hour of you traveling, and he seemed a little bit lost trying to find you, because he had gone back to the tower and couldn't find you, and like caught up with you now. And he lands on your shoulder, and he pants heavily in your head.
I give him a little bit of like a chin split. There you are, I was worried. Why did it take so long?
But they went all night. Oh, almost all night.
That
Yeah.
was a really good wall. That was such a good wall.
Well, did you find that camp?
Such a good wall.
Well, I did. That's why I came back. That was the morning travel. Oh God. Don't like being up when it's daylight. Infernal light.
From the army, so they're coming after them. We're gonna kill them.
Oh, that makes me so excited. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna rest, and I'm gonna tell you where to go, and I can show you where to camp. Okay?
Okay, can you just be on my head and show me right now? Sure, I'm 10 hours
I can sit in your hair underneath your cow, and I can pull your hair in the direction you should go.
Listen,
Perfect. For some reason, we're gonna make the best ratatouille ever.
gentlemen and ladies,
What tower?
Yes.
I happen to know the location of a camp, and it is in this direction.
And hopefully Soul actually does it.
Fucking respect it.
Great. We have a
That is not what I like to
direction.
do
Yes. No, we're not talking aimlessly. Like a bunch of idiots.
After you then,
now.
Scout
Yeah, it's a ploy.
Sergeant Hamatir.
Scout Sergeant, I take that name. Okay.
Alright. Okay. Go back.
Hamatia is going to walk in a very, what she thinks, martial manner.
Okay, well, Essie or Asphodel still has to be like in the front and like guiding
Yeah.
you around stuff, but you know, with Soul set the general direction.
Does anyone want the? I think actually.
Okay.
But you notice as you're traveling in this direction, like after an hour or so, you start noticing tracks. They become fussy in their detail, but there's a lot of them, and they're all paws from canines of different sizes, and seems to be a pretty big group. So you know that you seem to be in the right direction.
Okay. She will have her halberd out at this point.
All right. Okay.
True. That is what you are.
Hours pass.
We're
Oh.
looking out for just, if we're in werewolf territory. Looking out
Yeah.
for werewolf.
Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
And with you completely just circumvent a lot of the challenge in this, because with both Esmeralda's, Asphoda's, all these notes about the area that Essie has gathered, together with Soul's memory, which isn't perfect, but I mean, it's okay. He's able to smell his way back with his antennae.
And can we have like in between, like however many hours or like half hour it is, we trek that Asphoda takes like a minute to do a primeval awareness for humanoids and undead. Be like maybe if they're within the 10-kilometer range.
10 kilometers.
The line.
How far into travel did you say you did it?
What, you never play with?
Many hours?
No, like after the first hour, like an hour and 30 minutes in.
Okay.
Yeah, roughly around like the time where you start being more noticeable the signs of werewolves, as you stated.
I see. No sign of humanoid.
Because meta. BKB meta.
Undead various points underneath the ground.
BKB increases
Okay,
size
all right. But she just keeps that in mind and continues trekking on, following Soul's direction.
All right. Okay.
You have 4,000.
And together with all of this and Soul's memory, you are led pretty well in the right direction with not much lag.
Fast.
And as about lunchtime, when you feel that little growl start to come in the back of your stomachs, also being a little bit tired of the rain by now, honestly,
Normal punching you like on
both Esmeralda and Asphoda notice that the tracks right now seems to be just a few hours fresh, and Soul gives a warning that the camp is very close at hand.
Damn.
Just like 100 meters or so away from you. Do you do anything different than just slowly approach?
I guess stealth.
Yeah.
Get all sneaky and see what's what. Check out if there's any sort of patrols. Look at the ground to see if there's any sort of common areas of movement. Paw prints and whatnot. We don't want to just walk up to them.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Asphoda will, because she's jingle jangly, she will separate herself like from the group so that they, she doesn't interrupt their stuff, and she's more of a diversion that they can be more successful in getting the jump on them.
Oh, okay. So you put yourself like on a different path, so you get to the camp like in a circle.
Yeah,
Circle
like
around
at
a
a
bit?
different, like at a different angle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not like a pincer because that'll take too long, but definitely at a different angle than them. So even if she fails her stealth roll, they'll be attracted to her and not the group.
Right. No? Yeah? Okay. So then I need the main group to do a stealth check with dexterity, because this is about moving unheard in the underbrush. And then I need Asphodel to do her own.
All right.
Let's go.
Hell yeah, as I thought.
Nice.
Oh no, Illyria.
Hey, okay, so for Essie,
so then somebody too big to step, but she tries anyway.
and then what do you tell Milivoy? Should he just like stay here and wait until all the sound has ended, or
No, I think
should he
he comes
come
with
with?
us.
Okay,
He's
alright.
coming with us.
I'm coming with you.
Okay. Oh god, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would actually. I just remembered that there's spells. If we can do spells,
You have spells.
I have spells.
Do you have spells?
I will
Wow.
cast a second level armor of cold on myself before we do the approach.
Alright.
One thing we need to backpedal on is
Uh-huh.
that we do have some freshly unoccupied bootses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for very particular featsies.
No, they're magical.
What happened?
They're magical bootsies that to fit to certain
Yeah.
sizes of feetsies.
Yeah.
What boot? We have a special boot?
We have
Yeah, because
boots of
Fat
elven
left
kind, I
with
think.
magic items, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it boots of elven kind? So it gives advantage
Yes.
on stealth.
Go invisible.
Yeah, indeed, and specifically for stealth dexterity. The cloak gives you stealth cunning.
I feel like my shield should deal damage.
Do we have the cloak? We don't have the cloak.
No, no, I'm just saying, like, pretty
Ah,
cool.
We have a
Cloak of
dagger
all
and we got
changes.
some bootsies. So
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, giving Asphodel basically a straight roll is probably the better choice than Illyria. But
I mean, I still get a 2. So...
I know. But, well, I'm just saying that
For the
Okay.
future.
that it's available. Like if you wanted to have the bootses, like both
yeah.
Hamatia and I have pretty high dex. Well, pretty high stealth. So does Illyria. You're the only person who has what a minus
Negative
one.
stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not gonna say no to that. I didn't know we had the bootsies.
The bootsies.
Yeah, bootstraps.
Okay, yeah, like, she'll definitely like take him up, take you up.
Okay. We need to put them into the inventory notes. I'll add it. I'll add it in.
All right, and I'm gonna roll that. What's it? A resolve save for the spell.
Yes, please.
Okay, where is it?
So it'll be Thad's remnant.
It's your spell attack.
Oh, my spell attack.
Basically, it's the same.
Okay,
Against DC 13 of a level 1.
okay. So that would be resolve.
Well, you
not
did level 2, so DC 14. DV, I
Okay.
mean, DV.
Okay, spell attack. That would
Playing
be.
some other game.
Hey,
So that would
Mo.
be int con or resolve, right? Those would be the attacks, not the defense.
Well, what
or-
is your spell? Which ability score do you use for your spellcasting?
Composure, so it would be composure.
Yes, composure plus your proficiency.
Okay, cool. Plus, okay.
Genuinely smart.
All right.
guys. Don't do it again.
Does anyone
Yes.
want to speak up for the cloak of the counterbank? It's not.
21!
Yeah, you're fine. You're in control.
Alright, I got myself 10 temp hit points. That does, chilly cold damage.
Nice.
Okay.
I would love to have
What does
a
cloak
counter
do
bank.
again?
It gives you a faster, not faster, dimension door.
You get dimension door once a day is all it does.
Okay.
But getting
think
out
it's-
of trouble versus getting into trouble, if you don't have a way to maneuver or
Which I
like
don't.
Yeah.
you can transform, right? You can watch it.
We can transform into people, not fucking animals.
Oh, but you're not quite there yet. Okay. I mean, sure. I mean,
Do you want a cloak?
Illyria has a Jedi cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I have
on
a Jedi cloak. I
but-
just leave that cloak at the counter. So,
You can always change
Okay.
back and forth. It's not attunement, so
Yeah.
take it for now, Hamato.
Yeah, I get to teleport, let's go!
I mean, Illyria, you can have the dagger of rebirth if you like.
I mean,
Copy that, yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So he just started feeding.
You're the only one who will really use it.
Which probably won't, but
You can dual wield. The lightsaber.
I don't know.
is-
I mean, I would lose my my dueling thingy.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hmm.
But,
+2 damage. You wield one weapon. Yeah.
yeah,
Up
but
to you.
it's another dagger. You just do extra damage
Yeah.
with the dagger instead.
I mean, you can also switch to the dagger at the
Yeah, that's
when you
right.
think you're gonna kill them for the thing.
Yeah.
Take it. No one else is gonna use it.
Take it
Nick
now.
Nick doesn't even know how to use a fork.
As for tracks, well, Essie is with your group, so she will be able to like point them out. And
And Nix will use his learnings of tracking that he just got to like have the theory and then the practical. So he's learning.
oh, I see. Okay. Sure. Give me a survival intelligence as you look at the tracks with Essie to see how well you do.
Advantage because like I read the book.
Well, you're able to do this check because of this avenue. that you-
Okay. Well, there we go. It's a 9.
It's a 9. Essie scoffs a little bit about your like nerdy approach to it and says, "Everything is not as it is in the books. You know, you need to look at this.
There were
and
your
this too.
goddamn notes, woman.
And it's written for me, not for you, not a noob.
What's a noob?
It's a thing the Protectorate uses. It's a slang, and whatever.
It means you suck.
I just not used to digging in the dirt like some people.
Yeah, well, we all know about your lily white hands.
Dude, we fucking said that. Okay, let's be honest here. That's
She is able to tell you guys, like keeping her voice down and going closer to the ground, like squatting, that the tracks are moving have been moving in a group for a long time, but has like fanned out a little bit. And as you approach very carefully, pretty well, I mean, everyone involved, like Milavoy looks like he doesn't really know what he's doing, but is kind of like following your cues, and he's doing pretty well for himself, actually.
we just started lower.
She like points out how they've been like fanning out a little bit, and like a couple of hours back here, like half an hour. Then there has been some smaller wolf tracks that are going out. You see like a pile of shit. Then she points out probably wolves just wandering around in the area or doing their business as they've had their camp. But you don't spot any wolves currently.
Second lowest level was
No wolves? Are we like looking out over their camp and we don't see any wolves?
No, you haven't gotten that far yet.
oh.
Just not any wolves that are outside of the camp. And
Gotcha.
somewhere off in the in the distance, there is a dragonborn woman in her armor. just stomping away towards the camp in her yinkle yangle. And you finally are able to see the camp as you kinda round a little bit of a elevated hill, and you look down upon this as you stop and like take cover.
I just started going back to training. This was my first practice back.
So many puppers.
I'm fucking exhausted.
Oh my god.
It's him.
Those are some big boys.
And as you crouch down and kind of like stay low to the ground, Asphodel is trying her best on the other side of the camp. You can see this long, dead and rotten tree trunk lying in the middle, and on the other side there seems to be a messy area camp. There's like a dead deer that it like has been pretty much cleaned up. The embers of a camp that is sputtering despite the rain. And Gorik is standing on that tree trunk pretty brazenly, and is not only looking out towards Asphodel and how she's approaching, he's also turning his gaze to look directly at your hiding spot as well. And he has this puff to his posture. One of his hands is quite lazily resting on like one of his hips, and he's giving you a shit-eating, like cocky kind of grin.
Don't listen to Lemon. Lemon has no opinions on this. He's heard this before in pro league scraps. Okay.
Sorry, just distracted with Yuri's
Oh yeah, okay, I'm sorry about that.
Talking about lemons. What am I gonna do with these lemons? What are we
Make lemonade.
Just wing them right back and add some lemons of your own. I guess we're just gonna, if we're like clearly discovered.
Yeah, he's staring straight at you. For their perception check, they have keen hearing, and I rolled 2 20s after each other.
Yikes.
Well, Ezzy, you're the expert here. Any suggestions?
She stands up straight in the underbrush and is trying to give like a shit-eating grin back to Gorik, trying to look like confident. But it doesn't seem like her normal self yet. And kind of like whispers underneath her breath to you, "Don't let them surround you. Pull them in instead. They're vicious when they're able to help each other."
We should all get Dagons.
Very well. Then I will look to others and say, "Let me know when we're going. I'll bless us all before we do."
Gorik kind of shouts over the distance. "So, what is this? Some pups getting lost? Or are you here to negotiate those terms after all?"
Can you hear us now? Take that as
Well, you know, we had a little bit of a think. And then, we had a bit of a talk. And then we came up with a decision, I suppose. And basically what we concluded was we really can't let you continue stealing children. And we really can't let you chase Esmeralda every day. I mean, that's just really tiresome.
So what you gonna do about it?
Well,
We are going to end this.
Little baby man. Look at the little baby man over here.
you're going
You
to.
and whose army? I have my whole pack with me here.
Ultimately, just so you know, before you get a little bit rowdy, our intention isn't really with you. You just happen to be in the way.
I like that. I like
And
We're looking for the children. Tell us where they are, and we might even consider
that was a grief.
looking
I don't mind it.
for your leader.
So, wait, so. Your plan is just to waltz up to the cave and demand the children back. Is that it?
we don't need to worry you with all of our amazingly intricate plans.
Respectfully, Dazzle,
You seem to be good on the brawn, but
don't bedazzle.
not so hot with the brains.
Hey,
Leave
watch
that
your
to us.
mouth.
Hey,
There's no honor and tradition in that.
Your only honor is standing ground and barking at each other as loud as possible. And
But
then
I will say that my honor is not the deepest well there is. Maybe you kill some of us. Maybe we kill some of you. Maybe we win all together. Or maybe you slaughter us. I can't really see that happen, but hey,
I'm taking
trying
a
to
lot
be
of
generous
time
here.
from Dazzle. And, like,
But I'm also considering that maybe you are able to, well, you cannot challenge Kirill for the position of leader for the pack unless you go through the rite of blood. But I wouldn't care, really, if she just lost in normal combat.
no, that's
So-
good for you.
Either we do this here and now, and maybe some of you, as I said, will get horribly hurt, or worse, probably the latter. Or you just let us live our life in peace out here in the woods, and you carry on to the bigger wolf.
Counteroffer. We don't shed any blood right here, right now, even though, just so you know, you would not survive whatsoever. Every blood everywhere. I mean, we have a dragonborn, by the way. So that could happen. You could
What's so
choose
special about
to
dragonborns?
you could choose to end your life right here. I don't think you want to do that. I don't think any of your pack wants to do that. But clearly you want change too. So, how about you return to near the hunting grounds of where the, what did you call them? The Red Fang?
Yes, we are the Red Fang. How many times? Is there something wrong with your head?
It's just a truly unforgettable name. No creativity. You will return to where Kirill is. We will go there too. And when the time comes, you turn on her to even the odds. Shall we speak? Shall we say? And then, like you say, through normal combat, Kirill doesn't survive. Then you take your pack and leave far to the west until the mists clear, for they will certainly be clearing.
But you see, there's some troubles to this. I am tempted to see Kirill fall. I will be honest about that. So is Villa and Velik. However, right now I am not that welcomed. At
I
home.
didn't say that you have to enter your home. With all that, fuzzy ears, pretty hard in hearing.
Well, there's more. You see,
really?
if I would want to take up a stronger political position in the pack,
don't
then my involvement cannot be in any way known. So,
Someone's got to lead them, right? Or they're just going to disperse and die.
there are other wolves that are
Oh my God, he has
more
a
fearsome than
different
I.
to, like, so he took
I am not the second in line in the pecking order.
You're misunderstanding. The theory will be there will be very little remaining after we go through that.
I go in the chat.
If you want to lead the remnants of the Red Fang, maybe that will be the case. But this is the choice you have.
Oh, you died?
How many
Either
are
you want
there?
How
that.
did you die?
That's a good point. How many are there?
Are you planning on exterminating
Honestly, so disappointing.
the whole pack? Is that your plan?
Yeah, I thought we were gonna kill him.
We plan on getting
No.
the children back. Any means necessary.
We don't plan to exterminate your pack. We're simply trying to gather more information. But it does seem that our interests align in a way.
Damn, he's fucking smacking the shit out of me.
There are many of us who are not comfortable following that noble in that home of stone. But there are heavy-set traditions, rules, that has kept us together and strong for all these years.
So why did you agree to sign up with the vampires if you were strong enough by yourself?
Because Kirill won. Straight and fair. And so, she's the leader. It's how it is.
Until she's the leader no more. Then a new
Indeed.
vote can be taken.
But I would hate to see many of my brothers and sisters fall. All I'm saying is that... use it.
So, you have a decision to make here, Gorak, is it? Do you want this glade to be your grave, or would you prefer to see your pack actually return to former glory, not led by someone who wishes to be the lapdog of a vampire?
He looks between all of you. Looks back on the wolves behind him that are all like, low to the ground and like growling low in their throats, ears back.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, where's it?
Here's my problem, Purple One. I don't actually think you can fight your way through them. The chances of you being able to defeat them are minuscule. You're not strong enough. So, even with my backup, I don't think our chances are that high. So I rather just stand aside and just watch you. It's not worth it to risk myself and my brothers and sisters.
Can I do a empathy composure check there? See if he's just straight up bullshitting. Like, does he feel convicted? Does it sound like he's convicted in the fact that he's gonna stand aside, or he's gonna be like a sneaky some bitch that just wants to wait for time to strike when things are weak?
Sure. Go ahead.
Don't want sneaky some bitches.
Not allowed.
And can I make an empathy composure check to see how much spine this guy has?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, 16 vertebra. 22 for my M column.
Thank you.
Uh, 18.5, so that's a 19.
19.
Spine check.
Honestly? Yeah.
Well, let's start with Nyx. He seemed to you. He seems rather convinced.
Honestly?
He talks very romantically about all of these rules and traditions and the pack things, and
That
he
is so
is bothered by Kirill's new leadership and how it has changed that.
I'm gonna die here.
But he's also scared
Yes? And you're gonna die
of
too.
her,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore
You didn't go.
he seems to be willing to stand aside
Okay,
for
we
you
need
to see if there's a
stop.
possibility for you to be able to change that.
Minus
But in
is here,
conjoin
minus
with
is here.
Asphoda, he
So
does
we-
not feel confident in even helping you against her.
Yo. Asphoda just starts laughing. And not in a warm-hearted kind of way. It is a very condescending and crude laugh before she spits out. And in the end of all that hot air you've talked yesterday, all I see is that the worms beneath my feet have more spine than you. What is there? Why were we ever afraid of you or your pack?
It's not a question about spine.
In
It's a
all
question
honesty,
about respect.
and I have none
No, I-
for spineless
And-
creatures.
Do you really want to pay respect to a leader who spits on everything you stand for?
I respect her power. Even if I
Then-
disagree with her.
You do not respect
Pass.
her power, you fear it. Like
He
a
looked-
little maggot.
Asphoda looks at the group and simply says, "Then leave him the tatters of what we will leave behind. And I am going to continue forward. If that is how he sees all of this, a roach amongst dogs.
Not one step closer, foreigner.
And what are you going to do? You fight me.
I'm
You
going
incur
to
the wrath
defend
of them.
my pack.
I don't want to hurt your pack. I am simply going to walk through it. And onwards I go. You lay a finger upon me, and that is a fight you've chosen. But I will simply walk through and continue onwards. That is what you are dealing with now. Make your decision.
Okay, then we go.
A fight in which you will die. Or live to see the rest of your pack afterwards. Life or death.
I will be amused either way to hear the news of your utter defeat or miraculous victory
Can we do anything?
Very well
against Kirill.
then I will continue onwards. and she is just going to walk through this pack of wolves.
Okay.
Okay, it seems we have our answer, everyone. Let us know.
They look to Gorik, but he like
They finally got me.
gives them a signal to like stand down.
Everyone is dead, shan't run.
And they raise, you know, their mane and like move a little bit backwards. All the wolves really growl low in the throat, but like they'll let you pass. They
That was
are.
not good.
Gorik seems fine with you.
Why did they invade? Like, did they?
Yeah, going either to
had
victory or
vision.
death at the pack, thinking that this is worth it.
must have been pre-
Letting Essie go
It's like-
towards that
Why
end.
would they have done
But
that?
as Hamartia, Nyx, and Illyria start moving forward, for the first time, behind you,
Goodbye.
you notice two large creatures with yellow eyes behind you saying, good luck.
What?
Both of them says that to you. Oh god, all the way. Wait, I'm
What sort of
setting it up.
creatures?
I'm setting it up. Wait a moment.
Clever girl.
He's trying to hook me really.
Is it like a velociraptor? Is it Krag?
No, two hulking, adult-sized werewolves kind of move out of their hiding spots, and both of them growl low in their throat, a very strange guttural sound that sounds like, after you think about it for a little bit, good luck. Yeah. And you realize that you were surrounded all along.
Oh, were we?
Yes.
As she walks past, what's his name?
Gorik.
Gorik? Valeria is going to look at him and just say, I do wonder if they'll ever be able to respect your strength. I'll see you again.
No.
As
We- we-
Amatia
no,
walks
fucking
past
better
them,
to
she
take
will
her-
just
Yes, that's all.
imitate
Yes,
the
that's all.
whimpering
We'll take her
of a
tower.
dog.
Okay. There are a few wolves that look very confused at you. Like, why are you
And as
acting
she's
vulnerable
doing-
in a point of strength?
No, she is
Fucking shredded.
imitating the whimpering but has a smile full of teeth at the same time.
Well, the wolves don't understand you, but Gorik sends you
We're
like
not getting any
a
fucking responses.
infection, like a very acidic stare.
I'll see you around.
Creeps.
And I guess to just like add on to that, I guess Nyx is going to do the same thing, but as he steps past Gorik, he is going to just like stop and like look at him, and he was like, "How tall is he? How tall is Gorik?"
He's like an average, like 175, a little bit closer
Okay,
to
so
180
s-
maybe.
Same height, I suppose. And Nyx looks at him and says, "Your vendetta against my cousin ends here.
Get
If you choose this path, Gorik. If I see you again with your teeth bared or your pack nearby, I would not be so lenient. I have no quarry with you per se, but I also have no objection in spilling your blood." And he'll like feel the curse that he has boil
Oh.
through him,
Oh.
and his eyes will glow even redder, like burning ember eyes.
Yeah, but will the purple eye appear?
No, it's not that.
No?
It's not the Vistani curse. It is
So many curses, man.
it's
Oh,
the
is it
actual
like the thing that you got from the
bag.
thing?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
actual like
Oh,
beneficial
because-
curse. So I get a +1 to my like aggressive intimidation.
Oh, for the grab bag. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
There's exactly 0.
There's like for a
Exactly
second
0,
this
I
like
can't
worried
play
look in his
fight.
face of
Don't
like,
have the speed.
what are you on?
Well,
Like,
well,
you know,
Mm-hmm.
like you seem unstable to him, and there's like unconscious little
we need a, like, a
step
person
backwards
be
to
able
give a
jump
little bit
in,
more
and I don't
space
have,
in
like,
between
that
you two.
ag, so I can't do either.
Well, how I see it is that either you die, or Kirill is dead,
That's a lot of.
and a lot of my problems have been solved. So sure, bygones be bygones. But if you, or your cousin, was it,
We ignore defense.
come and hurt me and mine again, all bets are
We
off.
can't defend it, so we completely ignore it.
Rest assured, Gorek, if we were to come for you and yours again, one way or another, we would not be having another conversation. And he continues past.
Well then, happy hunting and happy dying.
Have a night, got you all.
It's huge.
I'm sure she's watching.
I'm sure she is as well.
How did my ball not hit anybody?
Alright, and this very, very stiff as you leave. There are two other
That my ball hit 0 people there.
dire wolves that
Depressive.
creep in from the sides and you also didn't notice from the start, and you cut a path through the pack. After everything is said and done, she just silently watches you leave towards that end.
It's quite a shame, really. I wanted to see what werewolves gut look like.
There'll be enough time for that amount yet. I'm
I'm
not
sure
entirely
we will
sure.
face more of them.
Yes, but for one in particular, Garek, I did tell him I'm going to kill him, and I didn't so
Are you
far.
saying this was you there or after?
No,
a while?
after-
No,
really.
we've already walked through
Okay,
this one, I guess.
Alright, okay. Let's move.
Eh. Oh no, it's a tree log. It
Oh my god.
might
There's
be a
no-
were tree.
No, I think it's a poop tree.
Okay, I only
Oh,
have
no.
a few animated maps to use, so you better be fucking
We're
grateful.
walking in circles, people.
I am
Look,
paying.
It's
Do
the
you
Blair
know?
Witch.
Okay, do you know how many times my players seemingly have fought something on the same piece of road?
I am paying $10 each month to have these animated maps for us. Okay.
No, really cool, but reminded me of like
Yeah,
Kills
we
Not in
appreciate.
Magic.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Good.
We love
Good.
you.
All right.
Yeah.
No more hating on these animated maps. Okay.
No,
Carry
not
on.
anything.
Good.
I think we're just laughing about the poop thing.
Oh my god.
Anyway, you get out of earshot. You travel a little bit further than that. You're like watching over your backs all the time, wondering if like Gorik is that brazen. Asphodel knows for sure that he would never. And then finally, after 10 minutes, you all kind of breathe and all right. It seems you're out of that tense situation.
I thought more of him when we first met him. He seemed to have a little bit more bravado. Oh well.
Oh,
as dogs are, more bark than bite.
What? I followed your guys' lead back there, but what is this?
Got him.
What are we
There's no
doing?
point in taking an unnecessary fight right now when we are about to march.
Yes, alright.
But I've seen how
towards-
powerful you guys are.
It might be worth it.
I mean, there would be some wounds and scrapes, but we could have done that. Why are we leaving them alive?
Because we may be strong, but we're not invincible in any manner. And also we have baggage.
We can always deal with them once we've saved the children.
But how can we trust them?
You can trust that he is a worm. He's too afraid to even go back there.
Sure, but there were others there. There were 2 other werewolves. What if they go back and warn Kirill about our approach?
But
Remove
you want
the
us to
children.
go back?
No,
We can go back.
That would have been such a fucking good back.
You want us to turn this ship around and just, do some slaughtering?
I wonder to myself, the old leadership of this pack? Are we sure it was better than what we
We're
have
not
now?
sure it was
Good
better.
enough to
We're not.
suffer
but
them living?
We are sure that the old leadership opposed Strahd, and this one doesn't. And in the end, Strahd is the end game, not some few
They're
dogs.
doing radiance.
I don't think Milvoy was aware of that.
There's a.
Oh my god, who put that on the screen?
What?
I would like to say it was a group effort.
What happened?
Nothing.
No, bring it back.
No, what? Oh no! It's a long hack! Oh my god!
No.
Keep my camera alive.
So, if you want to go and slaughter monsters indifferently, dying a pointless death in a random ambush, be my guess. But we seek a greater purpose, and for that we have to pick our battles carefully.
Finally got my
Well, like,
Only
if you don't feel confident about it, I understand, but
it's not about confidence, it's about being smart.
feel uneasy, just, letting them
damage will be his downfall.
do whatever.
I promise that should they dare cause trouble again, I will deal with it, but for now the children are a priority, yes.
Besides, there are others stronger than Gorik, but not much Kieran. And who knows if the ones just below Kieran dislike her as much as Gorik does, and are simply following in the footsteps of this tradition, or maybe even less so. Either way, a show of power. Gorik remains at the bottom of the totem pole, and those who live after Kieran is deposed of, they could be turned to our side against Strahd.
You're also wasting our time.
Honestly, I would have a hard time fighting with the werewolf, but I wouldn't follow you guys' lead on
Are
this.
you saying that my
We need any help we can get against Strahd.
As much as I, logically feel a need for violence against them, honestly, I'm tired, so maybe this was good.
We also took a little bit longer in getting our act together this morning and last night.
No,
Well, understandably so,
fucking died there.
but
I'm so
let's
annoying.
not take our eye off the prize here. A small skirmish, a scuffle with, the bottom feeders of a pack versus the well-being of children. Children come first. There'll be time to hunt them down later. And they won't put up much of a fight for us.
I have a question for you. We talk about the
I don't
children.
think our combat
but-
is a problem.
what happens if the
I think the
children
might assist.
are already converted.
It's that we couldn't shut
Yes,
down
I'm
the
a little bit
fucking
reluctant to
TL
think
because
about the
shit
children or
because
hurry
we
there,
didn't have
because,
slow
yes,
or boots or anything,
what
so
that's
do
a
we
scenario
do?
we need to think about.
the things we were meant to do.
We'll figure it
Milevoy
out.
immediately says, "What do you mean, what do we do? We bring them back home."
And they will turn and hurt people.
We let the people that love them most make that decision. If they need to be chained, we have manacles.
And I'm sure that Father Lucian can figure something out, right?
Right. We need to be sensitive here because children all over the place are going missing, and if we
Yes.
come back with them with just their bodies, then that's going to be far worse than,
Their
hey, your kid is
bodies?
alive, but
I'm not.
Space Marines are cool and everything, but
Milevoy, like, went dead bodies in, like, very disturbed way. Like, you haven't thought about that.
I'm not Rickton, and I will find a way to help those kids without, as he would put it, putting them out of their misery.
there's
I mean, it might be complicated.
salamanders that smile. They smile.
Sometimes
Oh,
simple
thanks.
is better.
They're a lizard that smiles.
Well, this is a complicated situation, and yet here we are still moving forward.
And even
Don't worry about that after we made it out of there alive.
let's find out what the problem
my
is
God.
first.
Well, because in your
and if it puts your mind at ease, in the case that they are turned, I don't believe they are hopeless. They still have mind to them. As an example, there was one such incident in the town of Barovia of a pastor's son turning, well, ghoulish. However, with my interference and blood, sensibility came back to him.
Wait, whose blood?
Asphodel fed him.
Oh, okay.
That was
And he was turning again, rather
very
ghoulish,
risky.
more towards a vampire, a lower ranked one.
Asphodel, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Do you think all vampires should die?
It depends on the bed they make for themselves. If they choose to harm others, get in my way, I will kill them. But if they wish to keep out of the necks of people and live quietly elsewhere forevermore, and that is the path they choose, to not cause a ruckus, harm, pain, let them be.
Earlier seems to be a little bit in thought as she continues walking.
I don't know if you care to hear it, but Van Richten always said it was always a matter of time. With the bloodsuckers.
I mean, I guess the centuries do things to them.
Yes, and that such power ultimately corrupts, and eventually you will live long enough to see yourself become a villain. That's what usually he would tell me.
And that's the bed they decide to lay in.
And there will be people to stop them, like us, right?
The cycle repeats.
I don't see a cycle, I just see vampires ruling for hundreds and hundreds of years without anyone budging. a stone to move it. This is not a cycle. This is something new.
I mean, it is the cycle that we've broken out of in the Protectorate.
What? You had vampires in the Protectorate? I didn't know that.
The Protectorate rose up against them.
Oh, so you protect people from vampires, and that's why you're called the Protectorate, or? I didn't really know the Protectorate was a thing until...
The
Well,
full title is the Protector of
ago.
the Copperbeard,
Yeah.
meaning like the Copperbeard will protect against these things. So yeah.
The Protectorate of the Copperbeard is, well, the Copperbeard stood up against the vampire rule, which, well, was as you expect, although, I mean, you know, even vampires can be a bit different from time to time, but in the end, most of them don't care much for people like you and me, since
No, we don't care about
we
people
won't
like...
be around in a century. They will.
I see what you mean.
We're nothing more than playthings to them. Cattle to some. Isn't we saw at the castle too?
Yes, I do have quite the memories from that. Good times.
Did you guys visit the castle again?
Yes! We went to a ball there.
There
Should have
was
seen...
a masquerade ball held in honor of my return.
What the actual
have-
fuck?
Yeah, you should have seen Nix. He was absolutely stunning.
Oh,
You chose to go into the Den of Vipers?
I know. I would not say that we chose. We were abducted.
Oh,
Although,
grand.
I wouldn't say in
at the beginning of our journey, I said I would attend this ball in exchange for no further interference with our travels.
Oh.
After a bunch of bats killed one of our horses.
Still don't see
once
how
again,
bats can
like-
kill a horse. That sounds absurd.
If I would like to remember, it was a few wolves as well.
Yeah, I was shooting at bats. But yeah, there were wolves and bats that killed the horse, and after he
Okay.
revealed himself to me in Valaki.
Well, okay. So you went to the castle for a
Yes.
masquerade fucking ball.
Yes.
Did you
What have I
learn
told you?
anything important?
well,
Well.
we learned to kill us.
We learned about a few people living there. I guess we did get a bit of a... At least I did see a bit more of the castle.
The food there was absolutely fantastic.
I
Don't
didn't
get me
learn
started
much.
on the...
I don't know how that can help us, but sure, knowing the castle certainly will.
Oh, there was this
See.
big skull in the castle.
We think it might be something that we've been looking for.
I
A
see.
dragon skull. Yes.
I also know that he... Well... He didn't want me to know the truth. At least what I think is the truth.
The truth?
About what happened at the wedding.
She twists and she like leans her head quizzically to the side, looking at you like, stop pausing, just tell me.
I mean, I guess we never really discussed it, but you remember this whole Tatiana thing? Were you around for that?
Yes, I heard. Once we were in the carriage, after I, revealed myself and found a way out of there at the same time. Very nice. That he called you Tatiana. Some kind of person that lived back then. That he has the hots for still. Crazy. 500
Yes.
years. I mean, jeez.
Well, I mean, okay, I know it sounds crazy and stupid, but I mean, we're pretty certain at this point that I do carry her soul.
So you believe him to speak the truth when he told me he tasted your blood and he was certain at that point. I remember you telling me that.
Yes.
Okay.
I
So-
didn't believe him, but
Is that the truth?
I've had visions of what I assumed to be the past, and I did find out a few more things when we visited Kresk.
Right.
He basically threw us out of the castle once I hinted at remembering.
Because
You know, I don't think I've told you either, Aswada.
If it's anything to do with that masquerade ball, no, I wouldn't, since I was not
Well,
present for that.
No, it happened afterwards. When we went to the pool. In fact, he told me to. It could all be a trick of his, but... Well... Remember how he was always going on about the wedding?
And this was before the masquerade ball.
I mean, he always was. At the masquerade ball, he was telling me about how he barely managed to get me to wear a dress for our wedding.
And again, I was not present for that, but do go on.
I don't think Tatiana was his bride to begin with.
Then who?
His brother, Sergei.
Oh, Tatiana was to be betrothed to his brother, not Strahd.
And if the vision that I had is to be believed, and with the way he reacted, it was him who killed his own brother at the wedding day.
Which vision are you referring to?
Do you remember the ones that I kept having?
It has been a week. Do remind me.
Well, it first started at a crossroads, right?
That's correct.
And over the time, I got more bits and pieces until... Well, I told him of it and he didn't seem pleased, so I assumed that this is what happened.
So in the end, he killed his brother out of jealousy.
Wait. His whole fascination with you, his whole shtick, all of this was for somebody who's been dead for 500 years who never loved him to begin with?
Seems like it.
Who loved his brother instead? Who he killed out of jealousy? Oh my god.
It's the biggest simp story of all time.
And, well, the
Strahd is the
reason...
biggest cock I have ever heard of.
Axel laughs at this.
laughing.
Strahd the cock. I like the ring to that.
And the reason Tatiana's soul was able to escape this place is because she threw herself out into the sun.
She would rather die than be with Strahd.
Once again. Oh my god. And I thought he was intimidating. Now it's just, it's a bit sad. Really.
And we could simply smear this around. This shame.
There's so much
not
ammunition.
The ego.
Do you think detonating a very fragile ego is a good thing for both of you?
Not if it belongs to a century-old vampire.
It really depends on when you want to, as they say, light this trap on fire.
I think we should keep it for now.
But do you realize the emotional damage you can inflict upon him?
Emotional damage.
Like, when you want to. Like, you can use it as a weapon.
You have to.
Show him a little bit of skin. Say, maybe I've changed my mind. If you need to distract him in that way. Or make him furious, if that works.
You're
making-
starting to sound like one of the residents at the castle.
What?
What was her name?
It wasn't that
Elsa Valona Twitterbird?
the long name, yes.
Is that an actual name?
That, yeah, she was some famous, like, she was famous for something.
She was an actress back 500 years ago.
She took me aside and told me to go to the pond in Kresk as well and use whatever I learned to my advantage. Play the long game if I have to. Not that I plan to ever join your little vampire club.
Well, I mean, this is humongous news to me, at least. After all this time, pining for the dead wife of his brother. Damn.
I know, right? Like, get over it already.
Yeah. I mean, you're fantastic, Illyria, but not that fantastic.
Oh, you hurt my feelings.
Well, Tatiana must have known something about sex that I don't.
I don't think
I mean,
Tatiana
maybe
had
she-
sex with him before.
Maybe she was better at massages than I am. Gives a grin towards me.
Why are we talking about this? Let us not talk about this. This is disgusting. I don't want to hear another word, please. Thank you.
Well, on different topics, how much longer?
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Alright, like 2 hours later.
Dang, I wasted a second level spell slot.
I mean, anything could have happened. Who knows?
Fair. Oh well.
Are we there yet?
I mean, if you want to expedite things, Vix, you can. I
Yeah.
do have a question for Ezzy, if you want to not.
Well, do we want to end on a nice, like, a role-playing, end? Or do we want to end on a nice little cliffhanger?
I need to go to sleep.
Alright, okay, let's have that combo, and then we shall leave the cliffhanger for later.
Alright.
Oh, hang on a minute, please.
Ezzy, as we're walking, just like walk up to side by side Ezzy and say, that conversation earlier, there are a few things that have happened, and it's not easy to always formulate them all together, and I also want to try and mitigate as much of an onslaught of a mental impact it has on you, but
How worse
know.
can it be?
it's not, I wouldn't call it worse. Well, maybe to me it is. More personal, perhaps.
Alright.
When we went to this back masquerade ball, there were a lot of people there.
Sounds like it.
Including
Vistani, weren't there? Who were there? I bet Arigal at least. Dorinia always had the hots for that kind of power. I'm quite sure she would be there too. Anyone else? Did Luvash go? Would he really do it?
Luvash wasn't there.
Yeah, too
Uh,
occupied
so-
with Arabella, I guess.
No, Ion was there. Dorenia, yes.
Ian as well. Oh, well, he's a bit more on the quiet side, but yeah, he's old. Fits the bill. What about them? Did
You're
it-
aware that back in Barovia village, Alenka and Sovia's tavern was burned down. The Alenka inside, right?
You told me.
And you know I was banished from Barovia village for even attempting to try and recover her body, right?
I'm not sure if you mentioned that, but damn. That's... Well, I hope the Vistani was eventually able to. Right?
I have not been back, I cannot say. But at that ball, I confronted Dorenia. Why they were there. Why they could not hold any sort of ill will. Why they just were okay.
Oh,
And I
see.
it wasn't a sweet conversation, shall we say.
It's disgusting, is it not?
Entirely.
The mental
I-
hoops, the excuses, the hypocrisy. All for that sweet, sweet power and safety.
I left the Vistani that night. I had already been exiled once again from the Velaki camp, and when I saw the folk from Sepul there, totally okay with the death of one of them, just to get a little bit of political edge. Well, after Madame Eva passed away, there was nothing left for me there. And I renounced them. It's not my home anymore.
That's... I am impressed. I am impressed, Nix. That's not... It has not been easy.
No.
But it's not particularly smart either. Because it's not easy.
I knew it wasn't going to be easy that very first day when I learned that I had cursed my friends to be imprisoned within the mists. The days of being foolhardy and head in the clouds ended that day. I'm not who I was when I was a child anymore, and neither are you.
I had never realized how similar we are. Wow. She puts sisterly hand around and over your shoulders and kind of pull you in a little bit as you walk. A little bit overcome by that realization. Have you had a strange dream? Very funny, I guess.
I have. I didn't know what it really meant. But
I
that's
mean,
better
I
than-
am a little bit scared of what kind of dreams you have. But this one in particular was about... It was like... this strange chalice that gathered like some kind of liquid from the sky, and there were a bunch of Vistani around that were all crying
You've had this dream too?
blood. I'm scared that I sound very crazy.
I have had that dream.
Oh, that's a relief. I thought it
And
was
it's-
special.
Dorenia brought it up when I was there.
She did?
She said that she had felt that I had joined them, like I had taken my place, and I was like, no, what? Fuck you.
But you, did you drink?
I was handed it in my dream by Madame Ivar.
Oh.
I didn't drink because I felt like I had a choice. I drank because I missed her, and I felt like I was drifting. I just wanted things to feel a little bit safer once. But
You and I both.
ever since then, I've felt things within me, and I've been through a bit of a journey, one can say, with things that one could say is not what a real kind-hearted person would do. And I'm in this constant battle within myself. And you know, you and I are not really the same, right?
I can't feel anything. But if they say they were appalled by me, said I felt wrong, said that I had betrayed them, said that I betrayed my family, said that I've chosen myself over them. Selfish. There's a lot of different words they called me.
I don't mind. After all, it seems like they're perfectly content in just being sheep, following their
Herder. Yeah. But to make things, I hope, a little bit easier for you, Nix, even if I did not, I still struggle. The weakness either be my own fear, sorrow, feeling alone, adrift, or being something more sinister. It's still there. It's just easier, a little bit easier to deal with than it was before, at least.
I'm happy that you feel that way. It's easy for you that way. I'm on a journey of self-discovery, but also literal discovery. And I have to deal with this obvious evidence that one you have no idea it's seen before that, well, I discovered who my father was and then actively went and killed him. And
Wait, we had a very long conversation about this one aspect, and you just gonna gloss over the fact that you found your father and you killed him? Nick, sometimes you... Alright. Keep it together, SB. Keep it together. He's young, he's dumb. It's not his fault.
maybe that one needs a little bit more whiskey before we get into that.
Young and dumb, but no excuse.
Yeah, I will hold you to that. Whiskey, at least.
And don't argue it again.
Hey, I would never do that. Never. And as you continue with some friendly shit chatter, as you approach, at the kind of height of the afternoon, the river barrowtalk that stand as an obstacle between you and the northern parts of the Valley of Barovia. We're going to end tonight's episode of Curse. About the misery. Yay!
Yay.